Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of the Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check out today's video. Guys, I want to show you one of the most under the radar top cold water crankbaits you can ever throw. This thing, I have been catching bass on it for over 25 years, and between like the month of like late December and into early March, this is a key player for me, and I'm going to describe the situation it works in good. I got a couple of my buddies like Brent Chapman. This is one of his deals too. He loves this, so this is definitely going to add up some good fish for you guys over the next couple of months there. Also, guys, just a quick invitation. I want to invite everybody to please swing by and check out my Fish the Moment lake map breakdowns. We got them up for the winter right now. If you guys are looking for some good wintertime jerkbait and swim bait spots on your favorite lake, this is a great resource. These are maps I built specifically for Fish the Moment. I'll put the link in the description of the video there. If you guys are interested in picking one up, if you got any questions on it, just feel free to shoot me a PM on my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler, and I'll help you guys if you have any questions on it there. So much appreciated. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you. Here it is, man. This is definitely one of my top 5 all-time crankbaits. It's the old school Lure Jensen speed trap. Now, this thing looks like a square bill crankbait, but it does not, that's not how it's fished. You don't fish this thing like a square bill crankbait. This thing is designed to be fished around rock or over open water grass. That's the key thing, and there's something about this. There's something about the way it's cut there, the edges, the profile of this bait, and the wobble that it has through the water, that it is super, super attractive to cold water bass. I mean, guys, I have caught, this is probably my favorite, cold water crankbait, aside from like a wiggle wart or something, especially if those fish are in a little bit shallower water. So I'm going to describe the situation I like to fish it in. Also, guys, I'll link the speed trap in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video. If you guys would like to pick up a couple, I think you guys will really be happy with them. Now, one of the things that I do with the speed trap, this thing, it's a plastic bait and it floats up fairly quick. So one of the things I like to do is I like to add some lead to the belly like this if the water is like in the 40s, because you can just fish it. You can fish it slower and you can stop it without it floating up. So this is sort of a little trick I have, when the water is super, super cold. But for the most part, I do use it without the lead in there, because I like to fish this bait when the water temperature is, 50, 55 degrees, something like that. Maybe upper 40s a little bit. But if you gave me a perfect water temperature, it'd be right around 52, 53 degrees would be perfect for this, along with having the right water visibility. The best water visibility for this bait is sort of that maybe 1.5 to 2.5 foot zone. There's like about a foot window that it works really good. Now, my favorite type of areas to fish it around is shallow rock. In the winter time of the year, guys, one of the best places you can fish a speed trap around is just on, flatter, gravelly, rocky banks. Just places that, have a gradual slope to the bank, sometimes, with some type of deep water access nearby. But rocky bank, rock transitions, I've done really, really good cranking it on gravelly type banks in the winter time of the year when that water's in the low 50s. You give me a gravel bank, like that's got some coves and rounded points on it, water temperature 53 degrees, water visibility 1.5 to 2.5 feet, and I'm going to catch them on this speed trap for sure. Another one of my favorite ways to fish it is on boat ramps. If you're fishing like February, March, speed trap on a boat ramp is almost guaranteed. So if you have a lake that has a lot of boat ramps, and they don't have to be big ramps, they can be little private ramps. I've caught a ton of them on a speed trap around ramps. Riprap is another good bait for it. It's one of the top wintertime structures with it. Just basically any type of rock that you have, you can fish in it. Now, the equipment I set up on there, most of the time I'm fishing this on 10 to 12 pound test, Seaguard, Vizex line, some type of a 7-foot medium action bait casting rod. Another thing that works really good on is over grass bed. So I've caught a bunch of fish on this thing, like down at Sam Rayburn. I've caught them, Toledo Bend back when it had grass, all the TVA lakes that have grass. But if you've got water temperatures in the low 50s, I'll give you a perfect example. If you're fishing Lake Gunnersville like in February, water temperatures in the 50s, try throwing this speed trap over those grass flats out there in 4 to 6 foot of water and see what happens. They just love it, man. They love it in the wintertime. So I just wanted to clue you in. Here, I'll show you how many I got. I mean, I've collected these. These are all speed traps here, and I've collected them over the last 30 years. Shad pattern is probably my favorite for the winter time. It seems like I catch more fish on a shad pattern than I do the brighter colors like the chartreuses. So This is actually my favorite, some type of a whitest pearl side, but any type of a shad pattern is going to be pretty good. But anyway, you guys can look at the colors in that Tackle Warehouse link in the description. But man, I just get a few. Just get you 3 or 4 of them. If you get in that situation, you know, coming up after the first of the year, if you're catching them on a wiggle wart, if you're catching them on a flat side crankbait, if you're catching any fish like in less than 5 foot of water and you've got rock and that water visibility where I told you, see what happens, man. Try this thing. People don't fish it much anymore. You don't hear people fishing it much, and it's a fish catching bait, I'm telling you. So hope it helps out. We'll talk later.